Syukurlah kita dapat bertemu di majlis ini bagi meraihkan pimpinan yang kita hormati dan sanjungi, Tengku Zafrul yang telah memberi sumbangan dan jasa bakti bukan sahaja kepada MITI tetapi juga kepada negara. Jasamu sepanjang perkhidmatan akan sentiasa dikenang. Izinkan saya bermula dengan serangkap pantun. Tunjuk hormat, jangan mencelah, sopan santun jadi amalan, dulu tak kena walau di sebelah, kini berhikmat jadi timbalan. I will read the following speech which I wrote at 3 a.m. yesterday. I wrote it myself I'm not sure whether you remember Tengku, when I first met you in July 2008, at the first ever briefing for opposition MPs by A-Asia. I was elected in March 2008 during the political tsunami, and that was the reason. Because of political tsunami, suddenly there were many opposition MPs. Tan Sri Tony Fernandez decided to engage our side of politics. I was a rookie MP, and you were a young CEO of one of Maybank's subsidiaries. I was actually seated next to you, and you left a very strong impression on me. But at that point of time, none of us in the opposition at that time would dream about becoming part of the government. In fact, my party at that time was considered to be a permanent opposition party. And, well, and you were actually in the corporate world. So we could never imagine that one day I would serve as your deputy in MITI. Over the years, I watched you, since 2008, I watched you grow in your career, and met you occasionally at social and business events. To illustrate how open-minded Tengku Zafrul is and how consultative he is, let me share with you a story. Tengku became finance minister in March 2020. In October 2020, while he was very busy preparing budget 2021, he hosted me and 2 other opposition MPs at your house for dinner and listened carefully over dinner about our proposals. And I was very grateful about it because while at that time Perikatan Nasional and Pakatan Harapan were in very tense relationship and there were a lot of animosity, your openness and your kindness was always remembered. I was sworn in as Deputy MITI Minister on 10th of December 2022, and almost 3 years since that day, I'm very grateful that I've served under your leadership. I have observed politics long enough and been part of politics long enough to know that not every minister is as assured and confident as you in accommodating different views. Not many ministers are open-minded and be prepared to accommodate different views, and more so, to accommodate a very opinionated deputy. Thank you for that. And I genuinely thank you for that. I mean, we were in politics long enough to know that you are rare, and I appreciate that very much. You're always open to accepting suggestions and views, and you care to share the rationale if you decline some of my proposals. And I appreciate it very much. Together with Prime Minister Tan Sri Anwar Ibrahim, you have put Malaysia on the world map. In some months, I believe that you just came back to Malaysia to change luggage and head to the airport again right after. Our nation is now seen in positive light by global partners thanks to your contribution. Your deep personal friendships with political and business leaders in the United States, Europe, the GCC countries, Indonesia, Singapore, and etc. Not just because of government, but also because of your corporate relationship with them. It's just unparalleled. I know who calls you, and I know who you have WhatsApp, what they call access via WhatsApp. I have not seen ministers who have that sort of access to leaders overseas, and I hope our nation will continue to benefit from your contact, and I hope Malaysia maintain those crucial close ties which are vital to the nation in the currently chaotic world. Your dynamic leadership of the ASEAN Economic Pillar in 2025, especially rallying the ASEAN ministers to respond to President Donald Trump's Liberation Day tariff, as well as leading Malaysia's negotiation with the United States officials, deserve recognition and appreciation. Maybe give him a round of applause. Because there are too much negative views out there. For those who have attended meetings chaired by Tengku Zafrul, you would agree with me that he is witty yet respectful, even when he asks very sharp questions. He has a way to ask questions through humor, and siapa kena, he will know himself. Your wealth of knowledge and experience, especially as a former bank CEO and a former finance minister, has contributed to your ability to accurately grasp complex issues very quickly, making you such an easy minister to brief. I know officers will agree with me. Some ministers are not easy to brief, some ministers are easy to brief. I'm very sure that you will agree with me that Tengku Zafrul is easy to brief because he understands the context, he understands the issues, and he's very quick with his assessment. And I often heard praises for you from business people after they met you. In the years to come, when Malaysians talk about MITI, they will refer to the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, they will refer to the Independent Steel Committee and the Steel Industry Roadmap, the National Semiconductor Strategy, the new thinking in the automotive industry, etc. These are the achievements during the Zafrul years. As I say in one of the retreats before, MITI officials and also outsiders likes to refer to a former minister because of a different era. But I think you would agree with me that we will remember these 3 years as pivotal, and these 3 years as shaping the directions of MITI into the future, and we will remember this as the Zafrul years. On behalf of MITI and Malaysia, I thank you for your service to the nation, and like everyone here in the hall, I cherish the opportunity to work alongside you, and we are honored to be part of MITI's Zafrul's year. Walaupun berpisah esok, saya rasa kita akan tetap bertemu dengan Tengku Zafrul mungkin tiap-tiap hari dalam kapasiti yang lain pula. Kapasiti lain itu saya tak tahu lah. Itu terpulang kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri. Apa yang saya tahu ialah kita akan jumpa dia sangat kerap, dan saya akan jumpa dia sangat kerap bukan saja kerana urusan kementerian, tetapi juga urusan politik. Sama ada melalui tugas barunya selepas ini ataupun tugas lain selepas pilihan raya umum yang akan datang, maybe you'll come back as minister. Saya yakin beliau akan terus memberi sumbangan kepada negara. I wish Tengku Zafrul well, and I do hope that he will win the next general election to win a seat for himself and be a minister again, and maybe even higher. Dan izinkan saya mengakhiri ucapan saya ini dengan 2 rangkap pantun. Lonjakan kedua, Bina Negara, Menteri MITI peneraju agenda. Hikmat bakti disambut gembira, jasa baktimu disemat di dada. Pandu IWI tanpa menyusah, menara MITI tujuan halal. Walau kita akan berpisah, panjang umur bertemu semula. Sekian, terima kasih. Thank you very much.